We got game twos in the NBA between the Wizards and 76ers and Hawks versus Knicks, and we can win $51,000. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. That's right, the NBA playoffs are advancing into round one. And thanks to our friends over on the Fox Bet Super 6 app, we can win $1,000. But over on the NBC Sports Predictor app, we can win $50,000. We got some player props to answer, some game props, and then we got to give them some winners. We got to give them some win margins on these games. So let's jump into it and see if we can win this cash. Let's start off first over on the NBC Sports Predictor app. Again, that's where you can win $50,000. That's the one where they give you 8 questions. You got to answer all 8. If nobody can do it, they'll give away a guaranteed $1,000 prize to the group of people that can get the most right. This one is mainly about the Wizards and 76ers with a couple questions there on the Hawks versus Knicks games. Let's get on into it. Question 1 is, which player will score the most points? Well, it's easy to narrow it down between the 76ers and the Wizards because it's going to have the more points. I mean, sportsbooks had this one over under 17 more points than that, Hawks versus Knicks game. So easy to go with this game. And once you're in this game, I'm going to go ahead and say Embiid on this one. Look, he got 30 in game 1, which is just behind Bradley Beal. But over the course of the season, we saw that the 76ers, they swept the season there against the Wizards. It's because of Joel Embiid. They didn't have an inside presence. They can't stop him. They have no real good center to go up against Embiid. So while maybe he didn't have the most points in game 1, I think he can do it in game 2 because he was just behind Bradley Beal. I look for him because I don't think Embiid can be stopped where like Bradley Beal can be stopped just because of the perimeters and the defense that the 76ers can throw at. I don't think anybody can stop Embiid on the Wizards. So give me Joel Embiid there for number 1. Question 2 is, how many points will the 76ers get? They got 125 in game 1. I've gone 124 and 131. I like that number. I think they'll be around where they were at game 1. And if anything, I think they can maybe only go up because of just how the nature of which the Wizards, play the game and how, they defend the game. So go ahead and give me 124 to 131 points. How many rebounds will the 76ers grab against the Wizards? They got 40 in game 1. I think they'll get a touch more. This one's already tough with really tight windows. I'll say 43 to 45 rebounds. Then we got how many assists will the 76ers get? They got 27 in game 1. I'll give them around that same number. Go ahead and give me 27 to 30 assists. How many total three-pointers will there be? Well, there were 18 in game 1, and that was on 31 and 40% shooting, so almost what these two teams average out to do in the regular season. So I'll keep it around that same number and go 19 to 20. Question 6 is, how many points will the Knicks get up against the Hawks? Well, look, this series I think will remain low scoring. You saw it generally in game 1 where they both barely got up over 100. I think that's just the theme you're going to get. Two really good defensive teams here. So I'm going to put the Knicks at around what their over-under is of the sportsbooks total. So I'm going 104 to 107. All right, question 7 is, who's going to win between the Wizards and 76ers? I got the 76ers winning this game by 7 to 9 points. Again, they won the season series 3-0. They already started off to a nice, 1-0 advantage in this series. They're still at home. I think they'll get the job done at home in game 2, and I think they'll get it done by 7 to 9 points. And then same thing for Hawks and Knicks, a winner and a win margin. Look, all the Knicks really need to win this game is have Julius Randle be better. I mean, they were in that game. It was competitive, and Julius Randle did not have a good game. I don't think he can really be stopped by this Hawks defense. They may have Clint Capella, but that's at the center position. From a forward perspective, they don't really have an answer for Julius Randle. I expect him to have a better game. The Knicks will win this game. Go ahead and give me the Knicks victory. I think they'll get it done by 5 to 6 points. All right, let's jump it over now to the Fox Bet Super 6 app. This is where we can win $1,000. All of these questions are around that Wizards vs. 76ers games. Question 1 is, who's going to lead after the first quarter? I think the 76ers will by 4+ points. Look, both these teams scored 29 points in the first quarter during the regular season, while the 76ers allowed 26 points and the Wizards allowed 31 points. I think the 76ers will come out hot at home in game 2. Give me 76ers by 4+. Question 2 is, how many points will Joel Embiid get? I'm going to go ahead and say 30 to 34. So they'll have 30 to 34 points. Which player will have the most steals? This one was a head scratcher. I went with other. For some reason, they didn't have the guy listed that led the game 1 in steals, which was Smith there for the Wizards. He had 3. And then there were 3 other guys that had 2, and they're not even available for you here. And Harris, Thibault, and Curry. So, yeah, you got all these guys that did great in terms of steals in game 1, not even given to you in this answer. I'll go ahead and say other. Question 4 is which player will have the most assists? Easily you can narrow this down between Westbrook and Simmons. I mean, Simmons had 15 in game 1. Westbrook had 14 in game 1, and nobody else was even in double digits or even near these guys. So easy to pick between these two guys. And then I'll go ahead and say Simmons. I think Westbrook has the opportunity to score more just because he's a better scorer than Simmons. Simmons will always be a distributor because that's what his game says. I think maybe Westbrook has the opportunity to maybe kick in more scoring. So I'll go ahead and say Simmons will have more assists. Question 5 is who's going to be the top scorer in this game? We'll answer it kind of there on the NBC Sports Predictor app. We went Joel Embiid. We'll double down on this game, and we'll go Joel Embiid here. And then for a winner and a win margin, going 76ers, and they're going to get the job done by 7+ in game 2. So that's how we'll do it there. All right, guys, that's how we're doing it for a chance to win $51,000 on the NBA action tonight. Go ahead and hit that like button, and good luck on your picks. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.